Thanks to Uscreen for sponsoring today's video. 5 years ago, when I graduated from university, I decided that I wanted to pursue full-time entrepreneurship. As embarrassing as it is to admit, my dream job was always to be a YouTuber. The only problem was I only had about 2,500 subscribers. I knew enough about the world of YouTube that was not going to be a large enough audience to make a full-time living off of. So instead, I used the skills that I had gained from creating YouTube videos for so many years, and I put them to use for clients. I became a freelance videographer making wedding videos, corporate training videos, and real estate listing tours. It started out slow. In 2019, my annual income was $21,380. In 2020, it jumped up to $79K. In 2021, it was $71K. And in 2022, it was $92K. And as of October of 2023, my annual income for this year so far has been $251,118.52. I actually am talking about profit here, not revenue, because I know that's what y'all are interested in. And yes, it's also before tax. I actually hit 6 figures of revenue back in 2020, but it's only actually this year that I've officially surpassed 6 figures in profit. So today, I wanted to take you through some of the lessons that I've learned on this journey to growing a 6-figure business in my 20s, going through the ups and the downs, my lessons and takeaways, in the hopes that it will help you if you're also on the journey of becoming a full-time creator or an entrepreneur. And I wanted to do it by taking you through the day in the life of a full-time entrepreneur. So let's dive into it. I really think one of the biggest factors that set me on the path of growing my business, starting from completely zero, like 0 clients, 0 income, and 0 experience, was my willingness to do work and offer services that I wasn't 100% excited about, but that I honestly didn't mind doing. It wasn't like I hated it, but it wasn't my dream gig either. And taking on that work allowed me the time and flexibility to pursue what was really my dream job. I also feel that a huge factor in me seeing the success that I did, especially early on in my journey, is having really strong routines and sticking to them. Because it's so easy, especially when you are not making full-time money, to not take something seriously as a full-time job, but I always tried to do that. It's like I knew I was investing in my future self, so I would put in the time even though I definitely was not getting the payout. And part of that was treating this like a job, even when it wasn't, and having a morning routine where I would actually get up and go sit at my desk, even if I didn't really have enough work to do. I would make the work for myself. Basically, I've wanted to be a full-time YouTuber ever since that even existed. And trust me, I had been trying to make that happen. I had been making vlogs all through high school and university trying to grow my YouTube channel, but I never had a good sense of who my audience was supposed to be or what value they would get out of my videos. I would only come to understand that whole strategy piece many years later, but at the time I just was like, why aren't I growing? But anyway, when I graduated university, I knew that I wanted to be a full-time YouTuber, but I also knew that I couldn't do that with 1,500 subscribers or whatever I had at the time. And I feel like there is a world in which I just graduated and then focused all of my attention on my YouTube channel and just accepted that I wasn't gonna have an income for a really long time until my channel grew. But I was also keenly aware of how long a really long time could be, because I felt like I'd been trying to grow my channel for 6 or 7 years already, and I wasn't really willing to commit to 6 or 7 years of 0 income, hoping that my channel would pop off. And I know that many businesses get started and, potentially even go into debt for a few years before they really start making an income. But I honestly don't think I had the trust or faith in myself to do that kind of financial risk. All I knew was I was willing to invest my time. And like I've talked about before on my channel, I was really fortunate to have a partner that had a full-time job with a salary in tech that was able to pay our rent and stuff like that. So I was in a position where I could go a little while before my business had to be really profitable. But I just personally hated the idea of not contributing to our household income. So I pushed myself to start generating revenue really early on. And I did that through doing work that I wasn't 100% excited about. That primarily being freelance videography work. I would do like corporate training videos, film weddings, do real estate home tours. And that was a way that I could use my skills from YouTube to make money, even though my YouTube channel wasn't big enough to make me money yet. So this allowed me to generate an income from those things that were fine, but they weren't my dream job, but it was at least bringing me money while I focused on growing my YouTube channel. Because I wasn't doing like a regular 9 to 5, I was doing freelance gigs. I allowed myself time to post 2 videos to my channel every single week. I was highly dedicated to this, even though, you know, I was getting like maybe 200 views. And of course, we know the rest of the story. Eventually, my YouTube channel did pop off, and this was able to become more of my primary income. I think the main lesson from this is when you get started down the content creator and entrepreneurial path, you're not always going to be able to make money the way you really want to right off the bat, you know, from brand deals, AdSense, those kinds of things. And so I really encourage you to get creative and think about ways that you can use your skills that you have now to generate some income, whether it be through freelance work, services, working some kind of side job. When you're figuring out what this would be, prioritize the lifestyle it will allow you rather than the exact kind of work. I think a lot of us get caught up in what kind of work is going to seem impressive or seem cool or be prestigious in some way, but instead pick something that you can make some money off of but allows you to have the time that you need to create your content and invest in those future income streams that might not be accessible to you yet, but they will be if you work towards them now. The TLDR is you might not want to be a freelance videographer, okay? You want to be a full-time YouTuber, but just maybe being a freelance videographer will help you have the income and the time you need to be able to become a full-time YouTuber. That's what happened for me anyway. Another significant part of my journey with growing my business over the years was trying out and experimenting with new income streams. If you want to build a creator business, having several different income streams is essential to have a stable income, like at all. I personally started off with client services, which I've been talking about. I did freelance videography work for local clients. And that eventually evolved into doing social media strategy and social media content creation for local clients, and then eventually remote clients as well. That part of my business has now turned into Creatorly Media, which is an agency that I founded, but I've got a whole team working for me. So that's kind of grown into its own business. But as my YouTube channel grew, I started doing brand deals, I started getting affiliate links set up, and more recently, just in 2022, actually, I launched my first proper digital products. My next income stream, which I'm just now sitting down to do a little bit of work on, is going to be my membership program. I really think that membership programs can be a great income stream for creators no matter your audience size. Here's how it's gonna work for me. I'm gonna offer monthly exclusive videos. We're talking in-depth Premiere Pro tutorials, behind the scenes of how I negotiate brand deals and the ups and downs of the finances of being a creator, and even some live stream Q&As here and there. And all of this is going to be hosted using Uscreen, who's the sponsor of today's video. Because I'm using Uscreen, I'll be able to have all of these exclusive videos available on a website, but also on my very own mobile app, which the team at Uscreen is going to build for me. The cool thing about having my own mobile apps for my membership is that my members will have our community in their pocket. I'll be able to send them direct notifications about new content that's been posted and other updates. Plus, members will get notified when someone responds to their posts in the community space. I know that starting a membership can feel so intimidating, but Uscreen makes it easy because they offer guidance along every step of the way. They offer personalized support, but they also have their resource Membership Plus that includes live expert workshops, office hours, and networking opportunities with other creators, all to help you build a successful membership. And if you're already hosting your membership somewhere else, Uscreen will help you migrate your members and your content over to their platform. I really believe that every creator has something extra and valuable that they can share with their audience in the form of a video membership hosted on Uscreen. Check out the link in the description to learn all about Uscreen, or you can even hop on a call with somebody from the Uscreen team who can tell you everything that you need to set you up for success with a membership. Really, what it comes down to is just diversifying your income as much as you can so that you kind of mitigate those ups and downs that each income stream is naturally going to have. And so for me, that includes having my agency/client services, my brand deals, affiliate marketing, digital products, AdSense from YouTube, and now my membership, which is going to be coming soon. But for now, I need to stop chatting with you and actually get some work done. This morning has flew by and it's time for lunch already. I always try to get away from my desk and close the computer for a break over lunch because I feel like it's very important to take breaks. It's also very important to take breaks and pace yourself when it comes to your career as an entrepreneur or a content creator in general. For me, a big part of my journey as an entrepreneur or creator as a whole has been learning when and how to take breaks. I've dealt with a lot of burnout at different stages in this journey. Particularly back in the summer of 2021, I got to probably my lowest point where I was really considering quitting. I ended up making a very extreme pivot with my YouTube channel because I felt so boxed in by the niche that I had created for myself that I was just like, screw all the social media tips, I'm just gonna make lifestyle girly content. And to be honest with you, that was an utter flop. And it taught me a lot about niches and audiences and how you could actually potentially pivot, because it's not the way that I did it. Eventually I came back around and felt inspired about talking about social media and the creator economy again, so I got back into it. But I also just learned the importance of taking breaks instead of making extreme moves or wanting to quit, because after that whole debacle of me trying to change my niche, doing that for 3 months and then kind of feeling like talking about Instagram again, I realized I could have saved myself a lot of emotional strife by just taking some time off. I really think that creators or business owners in general need to take burnout seriously, because it's really scary when you have built a career off of your intrinsic motivation and your desire to create content and that natural energy that you have for your work, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And so now, knowing how serious it can be when you do feel really intense burnout, it's taught me the importance of taking breaks to prevent that as much as I can. When it comes to looking back on your path to becoming a six-figure entrepreneur, for example, there's so many different factors along the way that you can point to of like, oh, this helped me, or oh, I know this held me back. But you never really know, because in life, there's never exact ties between cause and effect. Like, there's so many things that happen in your life. It's not like you can determine an exact formula. But one thing I can say with a lot of certainty is that if I wouldn't have learned how to overcome burnout or navigate that feeling, then I definitely would not be where I am today, because it would have led me to quit. So as much as all these other factors around, say, routines, building different income streams, or doing work that you don't 100% love, I really feel strongly that those are factors in success, but it's not as easy to prove it as it is with burnout, because I just feel like it's so obvious. If you allow yourself to get burnt out, you're not gonna have the longevity that you need to become successful in the long term. Speaking of longevity, I'm really hitting my afternoon slump and I need to go make a coffee. I honestly think one of the biggest lessons I've learned throughout my business journey is that sometimes you need to let go in order to grow. Here's the thing about growing and scaling a business. There's going to come a time when you just cannot do everything yourself. You won't be able to do all of the work yourself, and you may not even be able to have full insight into every single function of your business. And I know that can feel really scary, especially for those control freaks among us. I count myself as part of that contingent, but the thing that you need to know is ultimately having complete white knuckle control over every single aspect of your business is not serving you. That's actually not the best way to go about things, even though I know it feels like, well, I should just do it myself and then I know it'll be done right. If you found yourself saying that, trust me, we all think that, but you can't grow a business with that mentality. The best thing I have done so far in my journey as an entrepreneur is to actually step back a bit from the everyday operations of my agency, Creatorly Media, and let Shelby from the Creatorly team become the operations manager. She makes sure that all the invoicing gets done. She keeps all the records and makes sure everything is in the right place and that all of the projects are being delivered on time. These are things that used to consume so much of my mental energy to the point where it was very, very difficult for me to be managing the whole agency and being a content creator, basically. So at the end of 2022, I really made that pivot to letting Shelby take over the management of the agency, still giving my overall creative vision to it. And honestly, 2023 has been the most obviously financially successful year for me, but also the most fun because I've just been less stressed and I've been able to focus on the parts of my job that I love doing the most, which is pretty much making YouTube videos. And honestly, Creatorly has been running smoother than ever. Like, it is just sailing along. The team is loving it. We get clients, it's all working. And it turns out they didn't really need me to have my hands all over it. I think that's the thing is, like, as much as it is a little bit of like, oh, it's my baby, I want to make sure I'm taking care of it. Sometimes as founders, you can kind of get in the way of the success of something that you built, and it's better to just hire good people and let them run with it. Now, you might not be personally at this stage yet if you're earlier on in your journey, and that's totally fine, but I did just want to give you some insight into what you might come across in the future, and try not to fall into the same trap that I did of thinking that you absolutely need to be running every single aspect of your business forever, because there's going to come a point where you're going to burn out, and then shortly thereafter you're going to realize you need more help. That's at least what happened to me, and trust me, getting more help, doing more delegating, best thing I ever did. And the next best thing I'm going to do for myself is actually go and get my work done this afternoon. Honestly, growing this business has been the wildest ride, and I feel really grateful for the sacrifices and the hard work that my past self put in so that my current self can be doing her dream job. But not only doing my dream job, but also I feel like striking a good work-life balance, at least a better balance than what I've had in the past. I hope this video was somewhat inspiring to you. If you're still early on in your content creator journey, then I want you to check out this video that I made where I talk about some of the tips that I have for building up the confidence to post those first few videos, or to start sharing them more widely, or just really putting your energy into being a content creator and not feeling embarrassed about it or scared for your friends and family in real life to find out you're doing it. I honestly really feel that confidence is the #1 struggle for the majority of beginner creators, so make sure you go check out this video. I promise it'll help you along the journey. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having adventures and following your dreams, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.